In today's episode of Horror Movie Talk, we'll be reviewing Terrifier 3. That's right, you heard me. 3. They just keep making them. Stay tuned to hear our review.
Is this a metal thing?
Yes. Little taste.
David, what is this?
It's pretty thick.
Great.
I have to kill a lot of people. Just tell me what you want me to fuck.
I have big tits and a tiny vagina.
Oil me up, Daddy.
I can't believe that Bryce prefers big tits. Mistletoe alert. This is backcountry.
This guy was a real jerk.
How long can Hugo be pregnant?
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Oh, you're such a dick, David.
Okay, everybody, put on your corpse handling gloves.
Ew.
Hoodie Picasso. Horror.
Hello, and welcome to Horror Movie Talk, an opinionated and accidentally funny horror movie review show. I'm Max Allen, the host with the good opinions, and with me, as always, is Dr. Bryce Hanson, who holds a PhD in bad opinions, and Sydney Lee, the queen of bad opinions. We review a different horror movie each week. New theatrical releases always get priority, but we also review older horror movies, both good and horrible. I'm a little out of breath on that one. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. The full video is available on YouTube. Don't be a square. Make sure to share. Also, check out patreon.com/horrormovietalk, the equivalent of the adult section at your video rental store. If you want to add your little PP to the community pool, go to horrormovietalk.com or call 682-253-4468 and leave us voicemail. Again, that is 682-253-4468. If your name is Ronald, stop leaving voicemails. We're going to get to that later.
I'm scared. I'm a little scared. I hope it's fake. I hope it's a prank because it's not fun.
Also, if your name is Schlonker Donker, leave us a
Schlonker
voicemail.
glonker.
Slonker Glonker. Leave us a voicemail. Don't call my personal cell at 10 p.m.
Who has your
Because,
phone number? What the
No,
hell?
Well-
it was through Instagram, voice.
Oh.
Yeah. I was doing a quiz online, and then I just got a call on my phone that said Schlonker Glonker, and I answered it, and it was this guy, and I was like, hello? And he's like, yo! It's you! I can't believe this! What's your name again? And I was like, Max, and he's like, yeah, and the other guy, and the big guy, what's his name? Bryce. And then, yeah, and you guys got that girl on now. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was, just call the voicemail.
Interesting.
We've got a great show for you today. We will be reviewing Terrifier 3. We'll start out by giving a brief review and our score for the movie. We score on a scale of 1 to 10. After we give our score, we'll get into spoilers and take a deeper dive into what we liked and hated about the film. Later on, we'll be playing, say it with me, Name.
Name.
You aren't saying it with me.
That.
That.
Name.
Clown.
Cloud.
Woo! Name
Max,
that clown.
I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
Are you plugged into your router?
No.
I can tell. Anyways.
Do I look? Am I cutting out?
No, it just says you're 16% uploaded. You're going to be uploading forever.
I was running so late today. I didn't want to go out and get. It's in my car. It's a 100-foot cable. It's tied in a knot. There's so many knots in that 100-foot cable.
All right. Excuses.
It would have taken me extra time.
Mm-hmm. Moving on.
Later on, we'll be playing a game called Name That Clown. Name That Clown is a game where I show Sydney and Bryce pictures of clowns from different movies, and they have to tell me what movie it's from. I'm just loving doing this bit over and over. I can't get enough of it.
I think it's a great game, and I think you should keep using it, because if I had thought of it, I would do the same thing. So I'm fine with it.
Awesome.
I like guessing games.
If we have extra time and you guys want, we're also gonna do a little bit of horror movie whores, where we I just wanted to listen to those voicemails that Ronald left at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, literally they go like, it's like 4, 4:30, 5, like they're just like in succession.
Just
at, like,
up
a very
all
strange
night.
time.
Up all
Just
night just thinking about Sydney.
Harassing me. That's like really cool.
Well, I mean, harassing the voicemail. It's not.
Well.
At least it wasn't your phone, which I can give out right now if we.
Nope. Please,
like-
please do not.
Sydney,
No.
we're a team. We're a team. When someone sexually harasses you, they sexually harass us all.
Right.
That's true.
Thank you for the camaraderie. Thank you.
All right. Real quick, I wanted to share a dream that my wife had about the podcast, and then we'll get into the review.
Okay.
Okay, what was this?
My wife had a dream that she was leaving comments on our videos to like hype Sydney up and be like, "You go, Queen, you're so hot.
Aw.
You're doing great." And then Sydney would reply like, "Yes, babe, love you." and then Buffalo Bill would comment things like, "Sydney, you're so hot," but then you wouldn't reply. And so he was getting really jealous of my wife. And he started sending death threats.
To your wife?
I think to the podcast, but maybe to my wife. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the dream that this podcast is infiltrating my wife's dreams.
Well,
Wow.
shout out to Dream Max's wife for hyping me up. I really appreciate that. But that is strange. It's a strange dream that she had. Why is she thinking about Buffalo Bill?
I don't know. How is Buffalo Bill getting in her dreams?
I know.
I mean, the most shocking thing is that your wife listens to the podcast.
She doesn't. Not really.
She doesn't? I mean, the fact that she knows Buffalo Bill at all.
Well, she knows Buffalo Bill because sometimes we stream together and she will hang out with me while I stream, and then Buffalo Bill joins. So.
Oh, that's right.
True.
Okay.
Anyways, I just thought that was funny. Let's get into Terrifier 3. Terrifier 3 can be found in theaters now. The synopsis is Terrifier 3 is a sweet hallmark-esque Christmas movie about a middle-class family working through the stress of the holiday season. Mom is bored with her suburban lifestyle, and Dad is constantly tired at work because he keeps being woken up by sweet little Suzy, who has crazy dreams when she has too much sugar before bed. Oh yeah, and there's a clown dressed as Santa possessed by the devil wielding an axe in there as well. In reality, Terrifier 3 is the continuation of the Terrifier franchise, featuring Art the Killer Clown. After resurrecting once again, Art meets up with an old friend and begins a brand new killing spree. With Christmas just a few days away, the hustle and bustle of holiday commercialism does a fantastic job at masking the fact that there's an eclectic killer dressed in a bizarre mime costume, killing people everywhere he goes, in gruesome and disturbing ways. It's clear that Art is dead set on finding new and inventive ways to kill people, and in this installment, Art really goes for new territory. He's kind of like the Lewis and Clark of killing. He's just got to map out that new lush land. Sienna from the last movie is back as well and trying to recover from her trauma, but doesn't really have time to do that as she is about to experience trauma anew. My review is Terrifier 3, Terrifier 3. What more can be said about Terrifier 3 that has not been already said? My utterance is yet a meager portion. For the true understanding lies in the viewing experience. I will never be able to explain this movie to you in a way that will give you the visceral experience that I had in the theater watching flesh rip from bone. Maybe herein lies the perfect word to describe Terrifier 3. It separates. Skin from muscle, a lower jaw from an upper jaw, left butt cheek from right butt cheek. In every way in which a body can be torn asunder, Terrifier 3 will separate. Separates the boys from the men. the weakling from the strong, the feeble from the stable, and the queasy from the iron stomachs. I had a great time watching this disgusting movie. However, I won't pretend that it was perfect. It was pretty predictable. I knew art would kill people, and the art killing people would take up a significant portion of the runtime, most of which doesn't add much to the actual plot. But hey, that's just Terrifier, baby! I give this an 8 out of 10.
Holy shit.
Doesn't add anything to the plot. What plot?
Yeah.
That is the plot. Is Art the clown killing people. That's basically the only thing that moves the story forward. Yeah. Oh, did you give your score?
I did.
Yeah, you
8
did.
out
Oh,
of
you
10.
Yeah, I had a different experience. I don't know. It's just watching this movie is a revelation of how jaded and dead my soul is. Because
it is dead.
And a lot of the, I mean, as you can tell, just look at me. This is the face of a dead soul. So, you know, I watch these gory scenes. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, there's maybe 1 or 2 times where it was like, oof. I mean, mainly while someone's being, chainsawed in half from an opportune entry point. But yeah, after the prologue, I was like, all right, how long is this going to be? Because you just know what you're getting into, and if you're not into it, it's just a slog. And that's what this felt like was, all right, everything that doesn't feature the clown killing is all filler, and there's very little effort put into it. And even like trying to make it like make characters and something else happening just feels so arbitrary and separated from the kind of movie that this is. But if you like gory slashers, I can't imagine there's going to be a better one than this. And it's just not for me. So I was bored through most of it. I give it like a 4 out of 10, which is being pretty generous, to be honest.
Wow. Rude.
I think that I would give it a 3 out of 10, but like, it is undeniable. The performance of Art the Clown is fantastic. Every time he's on screen, it's like, it's disturbing. And his like hamming it up while he's viciously murdering people and having the time of his life is iconic. And it is entertaining in a way. And it's hard to look away, but yeah, if it didn't have that, it'd be a much worse movie. But I give it an extra point for that. So 4 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I want to start off by saying I got ripped apart on YouTube Shorts after posting my quick take. Like, more than half the comments are like, "This movie's so good. How could you say it's worse than the second? Or you think the first is better? Like, oh my god!"
Well,
like,
I think that take was maybe one of the worst takes you've ever had. The first Terrifier is not a good movie.
I disagree because this is my reasoning. I saw the first one a few years after it came out, or like 2 years after it came out, and I was actually scared, like, of Art, because I had never seen him before, and he's a creepy fucking clown. Like, he does weird shit. He doesn't talk. He's like a mime. Like, he's creepy and weird in that movie. And we also get, like, one of the best hot dog style killings in the first one, where he goes, hot dog, cuts the person in half. But then when I saw the second one is too long. It's 3 hours, and like, I will say there's a lot more kills in that one, obviously, and those are well done. But the mystical, magical part of the second is awful. Like, I don't care about that at all. Like, I thought it was just kind of hacked on. Like, we didn't need that. And then for this one to be a continuation of Sienna's story, Sienna, whatever her name is, I don't care. I don't care about her story anymore. I felt like it was done and we could have moved on to something else. I thought the kills were good. Like, that's not the part of the movie that I have complaints about. Like, I thought it was good, but it's just like, I feel like after 3 movies, like the shtick of like art, like you get it. I'm not scared of it anymore. It just kind of is, it just keeps going. The acting is awful, just like it was in the second, just like it was in the first. But I like the first better. The second wasn't that good, but I liked it better than this. This is my lowest ranked one, and I'll also give it a 4. And I would give it lower, but the kills were good.
I think I have to disagree on almost every point you just made.
Okay.
The mystical, magical stuff is the only thing that separates it from being just another boring slasher. I think like it kind of needs that in order to make it somewhat interesting. Like, I actually like. I think that's the best part of it. That's the only thing that keeps me coming back to these movies.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah, I could see how. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Like, I agree. It is something that separates it because, I mean, you have the slashers where it's like the unkillable, baddie, where it's basically to a supernatural degree, but no one ever actually addresses that in the rest of the movie. Usually it's like, okay, why is Jason still alive? Why is Michael Myers still able to survive, like, getting blown up, like, all this stuff. And so adding in the element of, like, going, full retired and just saying, actually, we're going to just add fantasy elements into this and have a magical sword, like, why the fuck not? And it's
it's awesome.
I mean, it's because honestly what's strange about it is that is the only thing that you can one up a slasher with, because if there's no way to kill Michael Myers or Jason, then a little bit of the tension is gone. It's like, okay, well, no one has a chance. You just have, you can't be there when he's there. If you add some kind of mechanism to actually kill Art the Clown, then yeah, that makes it more interesting. But that being said, like, it's not interesting. Like, I don't think the Sienna's story, it just feels all very tacked on. So
she's the girl boss of all girl bosses.
She sucks. She sucks. Like, she couldn't give a fuck less about her, honestly. We'll get into it, like, plot-wise, but, like, I thought we were done with it. And, like, I want to talk about the sword when we get into spoilers, because that pissed me off, too. Like, I understand it sets it apart from, like, Jason or Michael Myers or whatever. Like, I understand that point, but I just, like, don't... Like, I'd rather watch Michael Myers just get shot in the head and get right back up and be like, yeah, cool. Why not? Like, well, I don't...
See, I think they should go even harder into it and just say, like, she needs to literally have, like, armor and the sword at all times. Like, well, she needs to be
that in the second movie
in full Valkyrie mode. Yeah, but it was only for, like, the very end part. Like, it should be Art the Clown. That'd be great if this movie was scenes where Art the Clown is murdering people horribly, and then the other scenes are just like a Valkyrie hunting him down and, like, trying to find him.
Good. Okay,
I would like that.
Here's what I think is the best part about this movie, though, is because in Halloween, Michael Myers is, like, unkillable, and the only way they explain it is they're like, he's too evil. He's pure evil. But, like, he doesn't seem that evil to me. Like, he just likes killing, which is evil. But, like, that's it. Here's the thing. Art the Clown is evil. Like he is as evil as it gets. So I think that like the way they pull no punches is really good to me. And I don't typically like gory movies that much. Like we watched Tokyo Gore Police and I was like checked out the entire time. But just something about the way they're like, hey, you know how usually we don't kill kids brutally in movies? We're going to do that like multiple times in this movie. And I'm just like, I respect it. I respect that you're just going to do it.
I mean, like,
yeah, I mean, it definitely.
I agree. Like, Art the Clown is like he's a good character. Like, he is the best part of all of these movies. Like, I have a signed picture of Art from the actor who plays him. Like, I really do.
And he would take that away from you if he heard your thoughts on this movie.
No, I liked the first. The second was fine, but like this is just like I don't know. I just agree with Bryce. Like, there's really not a plot. There's not a through line. There's not a resolution. Like, and there could be. Like, there could be. We could do something with it. But instead, we're rehashing everything that happened in the second one again. And then they kind of, like, pull an American Werewolf in London for a second where, like, Sienna's seeing people that are dead. Like, it's, like, a lot of it is hacky, in my opinion. I don't know. We'll get into it in spoilers. I don't want to say too much, but I don't know. I like Art. I like him as a character. I think he's fun. It's a fun franchise. It just like I didn't want to be bored during this, and I was. Like the scenes where Art wasn't killing people, I was like, oh my God, like can we get back to the fucking face ripping? Like, please, God, Jesus. I don't care about Jonathan. I really don't. Like
yeah.
Well,
I mean, okay, here's like the challenge. Describe the outside of Art the Clown. Describe the plot and like what happens in the movie to Sienna.
well, without spoilers, a young girl played by a 40-year-old is attempting to move on with her life after a horrific experience where she almost dies. She reconnects with family, and she misses her brother dearly, so she writes in her journal. That's about it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's more
Wow, that's
like,
a movie that I'd like to watch.
Yeah.
It's like she's alive and she finds out he's still alive. And then she's
She
scared
has
and then
PTSD.
yeah.
Like,
The end. I don't know. It's just not
Well, there's a couple elements to this one that I would like to talk to once we get into spoilers that I think do make it a little bit different from the second one, because I agree that they're pretty similar. I mean, you're just watching Art kill people, and Sienna's kind of going through the same thing she was going through in the last one. But I think the addition of the character from the first one, I forget her name, Vicky, something like that.
I think so.
I
the
thought that
little girl.
No, the
not
fucked
the
up
little
lady.
girl, the one who got
The
her face.
podcaster.
No, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
What are you talking about, Bryce? His partner.
Okay. That one.
From the first movie. Have you seen the first movie, Bryce?
No, I was checking what Lauren Lavera's age was because I was offended for her. She's only 30.
She's
not
only
40.
30? I
Yeah.
thought she was older. She looks great. I'm not going to lie, but she doesn't look 21 or whatever.
I don't know.
She didn't look like a teenager in the second one either. My dad turned
No,
to
she
me
did
and
not.
said that, like when we were watching the second one, he was like, "That is not a teenager." And they also made her like super super revealing clothes too. In that one.
So I went with my friend Max. And he looked over to me when Sienna was talking to her aunt, and he goes, "Is that supposed to be her aunt?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so." And he's like, "They're the same age." There's no difference in age here. But yeah, I think his partner in this one made it very good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, she was creepy.
I don't remember like where she came from in Terrifier 2. I can't remember the sequence.
She's not in Terrifier 2.
Yes, she
She's in
is.
She's
Terrifier
not?
1.
Yes, she is. She is in
What?
Terrifier 2 at the end credits. After when the credits roll,
Watch
there's
the
a
end credits.
there's a post-credit scene that is integral to understand this movie. Oh my god. You
Well,
people.
no, there was. He had an assist. There was a girl in Terrifier 2 that
There was
like,
a little girl. I didn't understand that part.
But she wasn't real.
I
She
don't-
was a hallucination of art. She's not real.
I just realized that I didn't remember anything from Terrifier 2 going into this movie while I watched it. I was like,
Cool.
I remember things happened at the end. And that's it. Like I honestly couldn't even tell you that Art the Clown was decapitated at the end of Terrifier 2. I didn't even remember that.
No, okay, so Art gets decapitated at the end of Terrifier 2 by Sienna and the brother. And bless you. And then at the end credits, we have the woman, Vicky, who like is in a mental institution, and she's like seemingly giving birth and writing in blood on the walls, and she gives birth to Art's head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That explains.
That's
the
how he
scene
gets
that
the head.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because I wrote in my notes. I was like, mental asylum scene ? Because I didn't know what was happening. But anyways, are we ready to move on and get into these spoilers here?
Yeah, let's get into the mid-roll.
Well, I was about to sneak attack them with the mid-roll.
Okay.
Mid-roll. Just kidding. No spoilers for you because you don't pay us money, you little freak. If you're listening to these commercials, you should know you are my worst enemy.
Okay. We don't want to offend people. We still need their valuable downloads.
If you're listening to these commercials, I don't hate you as much as I just said. I love you. But I will love you infinitely more if you go to our Patreon, patreon.com/horrormovietalk, and you click on any of the tiers, including our free tier. You can join for free. It doesn't give you ad-free content, but it does show your support. And I would love you forever, and I would send you virtual kisses with my lips pressed to my phone.
Guys.
If you do that, I'll be very happy. You can also go to horrormovietalk.com/shop, and there you can get hats, buttons, stickers, patches, shirts, hoodies, everything you could ever want, and more. You can get a girlfriend or a boyfriend at our store. Go to horrormovietalk.com/shop. It's there. Trust me, it's there. Check out our resident artist, Dustin Goebel, a professional artist who makes love tenderly. He also takes commissions for artwork from HMT fans. Contact him at DGOEBEL00 on Instagram and make your autistic dreams come true. Tell him HMT sent you. Again, that number is 682-253-4468. Thanks again for listening. Let's get into spoilers.
I can't
Just
believe you
realizing
guys didn't know the end credit scene in the second movie.
Again, I didn't
Makes me so
remember a
mad.
single thing from Terrifier 2. Like that's
I
the
get out of
takeaway.
the theater as soon as the first name hits the screen in the credits. I bolt out of that theater.
Yeah.
Well, I think, like, I waited in this one, too, because I was expecting something like that. But me and my dad, like, when we saw Terrifier 2, like, we we kind of just sat there for a second being like, holy fuck, what did we just watch? And we like talked for a minute, and then like there was like a couple names on the screen, and then the Jesus Christ, Bryce, you're so scary. You're just going
It was pretty good.
oh my god.
No, continue. Finish your thought.
I'm
Just
scared.
realizing my hooded eyelids are like obscuring
It looks great.
the black line on it.
No, it's not.
It's okay, Bryce.
You can only see it if I blink.
I think it looks great.
That's okay. Anyways,
Sydney, what were you saying again?
I don't know. I was talking.
she was talking about seeing it with her dad in
With
the
my
theater.
dad.
or
All right,
something
whatever.
Like that.
So there was no post-credit scene in this one? take it?
I don't think so. I waited for like I saw all like when they just do the one. I don't think there was. I don't think there was. I waited
Okay.
for a second. but-
Well, they definitely set this up for a Terrifier 4.
Well, obviously,
coming down
nothing
the pipeline.
nothing was fucking resolved in this movie. Like I was like, okay, like let's
Okay, nothing was resolved in Dune Part 1, Sydney. Maybe we're just waiting for our Dune Part 2.
okay. I don't talk to me about Dune. I'm on the fourth book.
This movie
I
was
love that
just as
shit.
good as Dune. I actually hated Dune.
Shut up!
I've only
You
seen
hated
Dune Part.
Dune?
I only saw Dune Part 1 and I thought it was so boring.
You are a hater. You're a fucking hater. I don't like that.
I didn't
I
hate
don't
this
like
one.
those are fighting words. Max, don't speak on Dune like that.
Well, the problem is
I'm not afraid of you.
Dune was longer than an hour and 15 minutes, and at about
So was
45
this.
minutes, Max's attention span is shot.
It's true. Any movie I'm watching, whether I like it or not, at the 45-minute mark, I'm like, yeah, how much more we got of this?
Yeah, mine was at the 15-minute mark. Like it got through the prologue with Art killing the family in the Santa costume, and then the flashback, and then it goes to Sienna, and I was like, I want to leave right now. Like, just please God, make this movie finish. And it just goes on and on and on.
I think that we didn't
See,
need
I
the
think that
prologue.
one of the main things.
Like we could have just had the like flashback to 5 years ago, Art becoming alive again, and then go 5 years in the future. We
Yeah.
didn't need him killing the family in the beginning.
I think another thing that kind of ruined the enjoyment for me is that I've been doing the 31 days of horror movies challenge, and I've just watched, and not to mention the fact that we just did the Substance, I've just watched like a ton of really good practical effects movies that are like genuinely shocking and disturbing, and this one was like still shocking and disturbing, but for some reason it still like goes kind of light in other areas. Like, I don't know, this is gonna sound bad, but I just watched what do I watch? From Beyond and Reanimator, which are great practical effects things, but they had tits too. Like, did it disturb you guys that like we had this great shower scene with this couple and no tits were shown at all except for getting chopped in half by a chainsaw? It's like,
We did see dick though. There was penis. Oh, I think honestly,
Yeah, but it's always a
to this-
prosthetic.
To this point, though, Bryce, like, this is a good point because in the first and second, like, almost exclusively women were being brutalized. And so in this one, he killed a lot more men than he killed women. And I think that was probably the director responding to, like, negative feedback, because a lot of people say that about this movie. Like, this movie franchise, like, people are like, he's so misogynistic, whatever. Like a misogynistic killer,
Art the
like,
Clown
please.
is progressive
fuck?
now.
Yeah.
But
The
I
woke
think,
mind virus got Art.
I thought the kills were good in this one, but I thought they were better in the second, honestly. Like, for grossness
I kind of did too. I
wise.
kind of agree with that.
Yeah. Like, there was...
I can't remember any of the kills. What are the kills in the second that were
Dude, the
better?
bedroom
one on the
scene
bedroom,
in the second
yeah.
one with the salt, that one haunts me to this day.
It's really long. It's like
I
15
don't
fucking
remember.
minutes long. That one, me and my dad were like, oh, like, fuck.
Bryce,
but
you don't remember when he, like, brutalizes his girl and then leaves and comes back with salt and bleach and starts pouring it all over her?
Oh, yeah, I guess I do kind of remember that.
That was rough to watch.
And then there was,
That was
the
maybe
mom.
the worst kill I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was really bad. And then there was the one where the mom was dead and he put mashed potatoes in her head, right? That was in the second one too. I'm pretty sure. And
Yeah.
he ate mashed potatoes out of her head. I'm pretty sure. The grossest one in this, though, to me, the one I actually got a little queasy with was when he put the tube down the woman's throat and hammered it in, and then put the rats in, and then put the
That
fire.
was pretty
and then
gross.
The rats went, "Ugh," and then they went down her throat, and then he slit her throat, and the rats came out. Ah! No, bad. That was the grossest one in this one. It was really
Some
gross.
people do that for fun.
Okay.
They go the other way, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like, in terms of the most shocking visuals, I probably was the opening where it shows the just the aftermath of him murdering the young boy with, like, the axe chop marks in his face. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Kind of, and then everything else, like, I think the shower scene was probably the most intense set piece in terms of gore, but
That girl deserved to die. I hated her. She was like, I
Yeah,
have a
the
true
one-
crime podcast. Let me harass you people who went through the most traumatic thing and lost every single person in your family. You guys should be over
the
it.
one
It's
thing
been
I
5
learned
years.
from this movie is that podcasters suck.
yeah, that's like a pretty consistent trope in horror movies, modern horror movies, is podcasters are insufferable, and frankly, I agree with them. Like,
I
Just
can't
look at
stand you
Sydney.
guys. Ugh, Sydney's the worst. Golly.
I'll kill myself.
Okay, so let's talk about this beginning, because I didn't really know what was happening in the asylum scene, but I guess now I understand it better because Sydney explained the post-credit scene to me. So Art the clown has his head cut off, and his body comes to life and strangles a cop and steals his head.
Love that.
I did like that.
Love
I did
that.
like that he put the other guy's head on and then went on the train.
and in that scene, Art the clown's head, did it have like a thing attached to it? Was he
That
like
was
a
the
worm with
umbilical
a head?
cord, I think.
Was that the umbilical? Okay.
Oh my God,
And-
you're
It was
right.
It was a fatty umbilical cord.
God, you're so right. And they were like
Juicy one.
She was chewing through it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that was? I thought she was like just eating
Oh.
the intestines of the guy.
Oh my God, I
Well, because
didn't realize that.
she gave birth to an Art head.
Okay, because that was my next question was, is that umbilical cord like stuffed down inside of his body now?
It could be.
Or did she chew it off? I mean, these are important questions.
Well, okay,
The logistics of this need to be answered.
they explain in this movie kind of like Sienna and Jonathan figure this out first. I don't know how, but they were like, he's evil and he needs like a recently deceased or dead person like to host his demon so he can continue to live or something. So he inhabits Vicky in the second one after he dies so he can give birth to his own head. She can give birth to his head and he can come find his head and put it back on. But when she dies in this movie, then like how is he still alive? And if he gets stabbed with the magical sword,
No.
how is he still alive?
No, Sydney.
What?
You have it wrong. Let me explain to you Terrifier lore. Okay. This is lore according to Max, because I didn't watch anything or read anything about this. This is just what I think.
Okay.
So, Terrifier 1, Art the Clown is not a mystical, magical guy. He's just a sicko. And he kills people. And he's trying to accomplish some sort of ritual where he can become an all-powerful demon. Which is why he kills a bunch of people, and then in the end, he shoots himself in the head, right? Kind of seems like a sewer slide. But it's not, because he knows that when he kills himself, he will come back alive through demonic possession, and now he's immortal and possessed in the second one, right? And then he goes on another killing spree, but then he dies again, but it doesn't matter because he's already possessed, so he comes back alive. He is the recently deceased host.
Yeah, here's my problem is that they try to add this lore element, and it's just, who cares? Is there any actual logical consistency to it, or is it they had an idea of hey, this would be gross to show a head being given birth to, and they're like, sure, let's make up some lore to explain why that needs to happen. I imagine the lore will not be super consistent from movie to movie.
Yeah, probably not.
But I guess that's a strategy too, because now all the kids are obsessed with lore about movies. They'll just make TikToks about the lore and telling you why this scene is important. And at this point, whenever I hear anything about lore, I want to kill myself.
You're such a lore hater. What's wrong with you?
Really,
because it ruined Star Wars. I think that's what it comes down to. It's the people obsessed with Star Wars lore, just Jesus Christ, we got
just
laser
build
swords.
the Lego sets like everyone else.
We got it's laser swords and swashbucklers. So let's not overthink it.
I have the scene. I have the scene where he gets the birth head scene. If you guys want me to share it, do you want to see it?
No, let's not get a copyright strike.
Oh, true. Okay. Never mind.
I'll watch it later, maybe.
Never mind.
So she gives birth to his head, and the head is eating a guy's neck while she chews on the umbilical cord, and then they escape, ride the bus together, bus buddies, and Vicky looks fantastic in this movie. Fantastic. Yeah. I'm assuming that's her name because that's what I wrote down. I don't really remember, but her makeup looks so good. She looks terrifying. So I think she's probably the best part of this movie. Just the addition of she's new yucky. Crazy person who is yucky.
Well, she was in the first, right? Was she the girl in the first or that survived?
She was the main character of the first one. And she survives the first one, but her face is mangled. And then she goes on that news interview show, and the lady basically just makes fun of her, and so the end is her killing that lady, which is how she becomes evil crazy and then gets possessed as well.
It's been a while since I saw the first.
Is that the lore?
That tracks for me.
That seems to be the lore.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yes. So now there's two crazy evil demonic people. And they go back to this house, which you guys are freaking me out. They go back to this house where Vicky's like, I used to be so hot. No one will love me. And so she commits sewer slide in the bathtub.
Honestly, fair. I get it, girl. I get it.
Do you get it?
If, sometimes when all of your self-worth comes from if someone wants to fuck you or not, and then you look like that, fine. It's a really good personification of women, how they feel all the time, women just feel like that. Women need to be wanted to have any worth. So if they aren't, you just kill yourself, right? That's good characterization of a woman, in my opinion. I'm being sarcastic.
I'm so glad.
I think we're tapping into something with Sydney right now.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm so glad that I decided to sit my
Sydney,
male ass down and listen.
How is dating going?
No, like I think it's just like it's kind of ridiculous for her to look in the mirror and be like, no one's gonna want to fuck me. Slit my wrists. Like, is that really the meaning of life, girl? Like, you could still have a life, but you killed someone because they made fun of you. So now you don't have a life and you are just an accomplice in evil. That's cool.
I feel like the best strategy if you become horrifically deformed is to make a TikTok account and become an influencer.
Yeah.
Because those accounts take off, and you know what? They probably get their bag and they get out. You know what I'm saying?
We're all just looking for a way to get TikTok famous.
Aren't we?
That's what I would do. And then Art sits down in a chair and just goes to sleep for 5 years. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
That was awesome. He's just like,
and she doesn't kill herself at all either. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is that they're both dormant for 5 years, and she actually isn't dead.
Well, she does slit her wrists
she's like
and
Art.
bleed out.
She can die, but she just comes back to life.
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
The power of evil.
That's just what it is. That's
Okay.
just what it is. Like, she does
Bryce,
die.
Do you know nothing about the power of evil?
I guess not.
Well, I feel like
stupid
she had to die in that moment to like officially harness the power of like Art's evil. So when she comes back to life and she gets hurt, just like Art, like she doesn't actually get hurt. Like, you know, she cuts up her she cuts herself to masturbate at one point. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know. So
I vibe with that lore, Sydney. I think that your lore is dead on.
thank you. Lore. Love the lore.
I don't have to be here. I can just leave, guys, if you want to keep talking about lore.
No, Bryce, it's fine. I prefaced this whole
I'll
episode.
take my ball and go home.
I prefaced this whole episode with you have a PhD in bad opinions, so I think everyone gets it.
I think I'm just trying to explain the movie because it just doesn't make any narrative sense. And so I'm trying to make sense
And
of it.
that's why you're the queen. That's why you're the queen of bad opinions. You guys are going to get roasted in the comments, by the way.
I don't care.
Bring it.
I'm happy
You guys are
with
gonna
how
be
my
This
makeup
is
Chestnuts
the
roasting on an
people.
open fire.
The people that are going to be defending the artistic merit and the lore of this movie are the same people that like Rob Zombie movies.
They are not.
The Devil's Rejects. They're going to be the same people that are like, this is dumb. You don't like Devil's Rejects? It's fantastic.
No, the Devil's Rejects was bad. This is good. This has lore. I really feel like you guys aren't understanding the lore.
This is one of those where people are going to, like, it's the people that leave comments of, like, these guys don't even like horror. Why are they have a horror movie podcast? It's like, okay. I don't like the narrow lane of horror that's, you know, the depraved, you know, slashers with, you know, whatever.
I think there
are
is a place.
many people who think that's all there is to horror.
There's a place for depravity. Like, there's a place like Cannibal Holocaust. That's an incredible movie. It's extremely depraved, but it's also social commentary.
I guess
you know what I
don't
mean?
like animals.
So
I mean, I'm fine with depraved. It's just like, I don't know. I guess I don't like depraved with a redneck sensibility. I think that's the difference.
This movie doesn't feel very redneck to me, though. This feels pretty.
It's redneck coded, okay?
This movie is avant-garde.
oh, okay, yeah, true. You're right, Max.
Yeah, I was surprised that it wasn't made by A24. So
This is made by our competitors, Bloody Disgusting. Okay, we're coming for you. All right. What haven't we talked about in this movie?
What do we want to? There's only one more thing that I want to bring up is, so Sienna knows that Art the Clown is back.
Right.
She knows she needs to find her sword, which she does. She finds it. Why the fuck does she wrap the sword as a present and not just have that on her the whole time?
That was the
I don't
dumbest
know,
thing.
Bryce, because you can't just walk around with a sword.
Maybe she could have brought it in
I
the
would
house.
love to.
And then like just put
That
it
would
in
be
the
so
room,
badass.
Put it
Because
in a
her
bag.
aunt and uncle, who are worried that she is mentally insane, are going to be fine with her holding a sword around the house. You
Okay,
guys,
that's fair.
frankly, don't understand lore.
You know what?
Well, the
You
sword
can
being
take the
wrapped.
lore.
The sword being wrapped comes in
What do I-
in a good time, like where like
it comes
they're-
in handy.
It does, and there she's like, "Oh, I haven't given you your present yet," and it's like, she's like, "How did you know it was a sword?" And she's like, I snooped on it. Remember? I also loved in that scene where the little girl, whatever her fucking name is, Gabby, she
Gabby.
goes up to her very clearly dead mom, and she's going, "Mom, mama, mama, are you there?"
Okay, you know what? You know what I don't understand is they make it out for like Gabby and Sienna to be like lifetime friends. But Gabby's like 12 and Sienna's definitely over 30.
Well, yeah, and hasn't she been in a mental institution in and out for 5 years?
For 5
Yes.
years.
And
So
And
their
when they meet, they're
relationship-
like, "We used to play together as kids." What are you talking about? She's still a kid, and she wasn't born when you were a kid.
Yeah, so she would have been like 6 when Sienna went into a mental institution. So like
Yeah.
she was 16, just playing all the time with a 6-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Like,
They were
okay.
best friends. They never made it to the moon, Bryce.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Like, that was so. There's so many. Like, the acting is just bad in these movies. Art is the only one really stealing the show. Like, he really just slays this shit every single time. He's carrying these fucking movies on his back. He's incredible. But every other actor is so awful, especially Jonathan. Oh my God. What an insufferable little kid. Like, oh my goodness. He is, like, Sienna.
I would bully
right-
that kid.
Yeah, Sienna very rightfully freaks out on the podcast girl because she's like, "Please let me interview you about your entire family dying." And she's like, "Fuck off." And Jonathan's like, "Why would you yell at her, you crazy bitch? You need to go back to the mental hospital." No. And Jonathan is such a nothing character too in this movie. He doesn't do anything, and then presumably he's dead, but we don't see him get killed. Like, I don't know what
I
that
feel like
was
there was
about.
I feel like there was a Heath Ledger moment where Jonathan's actor died before the finishing of this movie, and so they had to like write him out at the end.
I mean, that's kind of how
You know
it
what I'm
feels.
saying? Because like they have scenes with him like just doing nothing in his dorm, and then all of a sudden they're like, "And he died too. He died."
I think that they were lying, though. I think they were lying about that being Jonathan. Like, we would have seen him die, I feel like, because he's such a main-ish character.
You feel like he's gonna come back for Terrifier 4, Return of the Terrifier.
Yes. He's also not dead. He's
The Terrifier Strikes Back. Okay. The other scene I did want to bring up is when Art bombs a mall. Because okay, you want to paint this picture of a character, he's so evil that he is resurrected by demons every time he dies. Okay, if we're going to say that, we have to show him actually being evil. So let's have him hand a child a bomb. That's genius.
That shit was crazy. I literally went, "Oh, shit. I was not expecting that." No one's off limits for good old Art.
You're saying we needed to establish that Art the Clown was evil more
Yeah.
than already?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
What's more evil than terrorism?
Fair enough.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
We should also probably quickly talk about how he kills Santa Claus. Very sad. He makes a freeze ray with his own concoction of freeze ray.
It's so silly.
And
it's so silly.
You think it's silly?
I think it's silly when he's building it because like we have this like scene where Vicky is like trying to make her little clown outfit and it's like they're preparing for like war. So she's making her little clown outfit and then Art's like screwing some things into some things and he makes like a he makes like the freeze ray thing and he freezes the rats and he's just like, yeah. And it's just like we're getting the team together, we're gonna go out and fight. Like it's so funny. Like it's so like borderline satirical in that moment when they're like preparing to go kill people. Like they have this mission where they don't have a mission, they're just gonna go kill people. It's just funny.
And then he straps Santa to a chair and freezes his balls off. It's great.
Cracks him open.
You guys did not
I'm already bored of talking about this movie, to be honest.
Dude, you guys do not understand art. And I don't mean Art the Clown. I mean art, the medium.
Yeah, okay.
You guys don't understand it.
Yeah, okay.
This movie's art.
Fine.
This is a meta-analysis of art, in my opinion. All right,
Max,
forget
everyone
it.
is
You
going
guys
to
are
be
so
on your
checked out.
side. Everyone's gonna be on your side in this review, and everyone's gonna rip us apart. People like you should see the comments on that short. Like people are like, "You're stupid."
I
And
did.
I'm like, yeah.
And you still get so many views just because you're a woman. It pisses me off.
Wait, yeah, I'm serious. That's the reason. I think that's the reason. It has to be. There's no other explanation. Because my shorts are not good. It's not like I'm putting effort into it. I'm just fucking posting them.
I think, honestly, it's because, yeah, I think the low effort posts are more successful because it resonates with low effort people that are browsing TikTok to where it's like, oh, you don't, actually have an opinion. It's just literally a reaction video where it's like, guys, I just came out. Tell you what, it's a experience. And then you're like, to me, I'm like, okay, what does that mean? But like all the TikTokers, all the people with brain rot, myself included, will just be like, yeah, I need more of this.
Let me
need
watch this
more
video
of
again.
0 takes, but just seeing people react with their faces about things.
I did
And
do
then I
a
have to
take
go dig
though.
deeper and
I
see,
put an
like-
opinion. I put an opinion in there.
No,
People
yeah, you did.
responded to it.
Sydney, I genuinely think that people like you for you.
Yes.
Not just that you're a pretty woman. But I think that helps.
Not just for my boobies.
It doesn't hurt.
It
Let's
doesn't
say
hurt.
that.
I spent like 6 hours one day making that Mr. Halloween reel, and it got like 300 views. I was so mad.
You gotta put hashtags. That's what I do.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
let me...
well, I mean, let's not discount some of my shorts. I mean, all right.
No, your
Granted.
shorts have been popping off.
No,
Granted,
you're doing
yours-
great.
Your Terrifier review quick take now currently sits at 4.8 thousand. But
It's actually 4.9. It's almost at 5. If you look at the analytics.
well, and I've got a couple, that are above 1,000. So, it's not that far. Yeah. I wish I was a pretty girl.
Me too.
You can be one
okay,
if you want.
Let me... Can I talk about the ending of this movie real fast so that we can get to the games? You guys are so checked out, it's not even funny.
I've
True.
been talking about
We
this
are.
movie the whole time. Stop it. God damn it.
Okay, Sydney, your womanly emotions are coming out, and I need you to take it down a notch so that I can do this podcast. Is that okay with you? Is that okay? So, Sienna pulls out the sword, which is it called the Terrifier? Is that what I'm supposed to understand? Sienna is a holy angel warrior, and I don't know how, but she is. And she
'Cause of
pulls
her
out
dad.
her sword, and she kills Vicky, and Vicky turns into a portal to hell, and Gabby tumbles down the portal to hell. So, I guess she's in hell burning, and and being viciously tormented for all eternity, and
Yes.
and Art escapes because, of course, he does, and that's the end of the movie.
God, it's so
Setting up
fucking
for
funny
Terrifier
watching him
4.
sit at the bus stop. I'm like,
Oh, I wrote down sad Art at bus stop. He's just like, I failed.
He's just sitting there, and Sienna. That's what
My
Sienna
arch
does
enemy.
too.
My arch enemy won this battle, but she didn't win the war. Yeah, it's pretty great. Pretty great.
I mean, the
All
movie
right.
is like
Who would
the
like this
gore
movie?
is the gore is always good. Like this movie, like it's not like the worst fucking movie I've ever seen. It's just not like the plot just sucks. Like the plot to the second one was a little bit better. Like it's just a continuation of the second and not really adding anything plot wise. But like when it's gross, it's fucking gross, and that's why I didn't give this like a 1. Like there are good scenes. So if you just like straight up gore with no real plot and you are willing to sit through the boring parts, like there are real long boring parts, so then you would
Sydney,
like it.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
You said the first Terrifier is the best one, right?
In my viewing opinion, I have not seen it since 2018, but I was the most scared when I watched that, and that's why I say it's the
Let me
best.
go through the plot. Let me go through the plot of Terrifier 1. 2 girls get out of a party and they die because Art the Clown kills them.
I just thought it was the scariest. Like it's the introduction to him, and he's
I'm just saying, if
really
you're going to talk about how this
scary.
movie has no plot, the first one is literally a girl running around in an abandoned factory until she dies.
I just remember the pizza parlor scene, and that was really good and scary.
Oh, right. I forgot the part of the plot where they sit in a parlor for 5 minutes.
Well, the first Terrifier is only an hour and a half long, though, so it's like a cut and dry fucking slasher. That's what I like.
All right, Sydney. I'm just yanking your chain. You don't got to get
know.
your.
What?
It's okay.
What?
Bryce, who would like this?
You're
movie?
getting hysterical, Sydney.
Yeah, you are. You literally are.
Calm down.
We joke here.
We joke. We kid. We love all races and genders and whatnot. Whatever. Let's move on to. I'm just so dumb.
Name that clown.
Yay. Hey, someone's headphones are up really loud because I can hear an echo.
I can also
Whenever-
hear
Mine.
echo.
You should have told me that at the beginning of the episode. Now that's going to be.
Well, you know.
It's not that hard
Well.
to edit. Also,
Yeah, it's
I'm
not that hard to edit.
it's a little laggy for me. So with Name That Clown, I hope it's good. I hope I can get it on time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you've won the last couple, so maybe this will be Bryce's moment to shine here. All right, screen. Name that clown. Share. All right, can you see this?
I can.
Yes.
All right, perfect.
So do we say our name?
You know what? I'm gonna change it this time. Just say the name of the movie.
Okay.
That
All right.
might make it easier. All right.
The name of the
Who is
movie
this?
or the character?
Name the movie.
Clown face.
No.
Clown
Sydney?
man.
No.
I literally have no idea.
You guys don't know this movie?
No, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I guess that's a point for me. I watched this movie this week because I'm also doing 31 Days of Horror. This movie is Clown.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I said clown.
You said Clown Face and Clown Man. That doesn't count.
I think clown is included in both of those titles.
Yeah, but these are all
Bryce,
clowns. You can't just
you
say
know
clown.
what you meant.
Yeah, I said clown
You know what you meant.
face. I was saying that's the face from clown.
I'm disappointed in you. Do you
I
even watch
deserve
horror?
that point.
Okay. What movie is this?
House of a Thousand
Thousand-
Corpses.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
I think Sydney actually finished it first. Bryce started saying House of a Thousand Corpses first, but Sydney said the whole thing faster. I'm going to give that point to Sydney.
Sid Haig. My baby.
Sid Haig. Okay, I have 1 point. Sydney has 1 point. Bryce has 0 points.
Yes.
What is this?
Clown. Man.
It's not Clown Man.
Clown. Face.
It's not Clown,
Clown
Face.
killer.
It's not Clown Killer.
Happy clown.
It's not Happy
Killer.
Clown. Have you guys not watched a lot of clown movies?
No.
No, I've seen the 3 that are important.
I have no
Terrifier,
idea.
It, and
Killer Clowns.
And the other one.
I am so disappointed. I watched this week as well. This is from Stitches.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck. So you're just like on a clown
Okay.
I have
streak,
2
Max?
points. Yes, I'm on a clown streak. I have 2 points. Sydney has 1 point. Bryce has 0 points. I'm really disappointed in you guys.
Okay.
What is this from?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That is correct.
It
One of my
didn't
favorite
even
movies,
load.
actually.
It didn't even load. It's still on Stitches
Oh,
for me.
Sydney, stop.
Excuses.
I'm
Yeah,
serious.
that's exactly what someone
I'm
that
serious.
didn't know
It's
it
still
would
on
say.
Sydney.
Stitches. It is.
You still see Stitches?
Yes.
Well, then this is going to
Okay,
be really
moving
hard
on.
for you. All right, moving on. What is this from?
It.
It is from It.
It's still on Stitches.
Okay, moving on.
Bryce has 2 points. Sydney has 2 points. No, Sydney has 1 point, right? I have 2
I
points.
can't see it. I can't see it.
What is this from?
Moving on. Next slide.
Oh, come on.
Joker.
This is Joker.
Ah, this isn't fair.
Bryce has 3 points.
This isn't fair.
Woohoo!
It's still on fucking Stitches.
All right, next
I'll
slide.
send you a fucking picture right now.
What is this from?
It.
This is also It. This is the original It.
You fucking
Bryce
pieces
has 4
of shit.
points.
I just sent
Okay,
you a
next
picture.
slide.
Stop it.
What is this from?
Art the Clown from Terrifier.
This is Art the Clown from Terrifier. Bryce has 5 points.
Man, I'm steamrolling Sydney.
What is this from?
Stitches.
Oh.
Please.
What's this from?
Still on Stitches.
I don't
Get
know
the
this one.
picture? Did you get the picture? Did it
Yes, I
say?
got
Sydney, just get good.
I can't. It's still on Stitches.
All right.
This isn't fair.
Bryce doesn't know this one, so I get the point. This is Wrinkles. Wrinkles the Clown.
What if I knew that one?
I have 3 points. Sydney has 1 point. Bryce has 5
You
points.
fucking suck.
Oh, is that the last one? Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. Who's this?
What the? Is that from like Toy Story?
It is from Toy Story. Bryce gets another point. 6 points for Bryce.
Woohoo! I'm winning finally.
I think this is the last one.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Is that from Hell House?
It is not from Hell House.
Oh, that's from Poltergeist?
Poltergeist. Bryce wins with a whopping 7 points.
Bow, 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 bow.
And Sydney bombed. Holy crap,
Sydney. Embarrassing
It's
performance.
still on fucking.
overall.
It was on fucking Stitches the whole fucking time. You guys didn't even care. God.
Sydney.
I mean, it's not our fault that you don't know the difference between clowns and you thought that every picture was of Stitches.
Yeah. Well,
That
that's
is
you
actually
know.
really embarrassing.
Yeah. It's so
All right. Can we, do you guys want to listen to some of those voicemails?
I don't.
Do we?
Come on. Let's do it.
I think we got. So
What else you
starting
got
with
to
the
do
Ronald.
today?
I'm getting
Nothing.
fucking tortured. That's what's happening right now. You're
Oh my
torturing me.
gosh.
What?
Maybe it's from Ronald McDonald, the clown.
Okay, so we got 4. I think what we really want to listen to is the 4 from Ronald.
Yeah.
But we have 3
that's what I
more,
was
so
saying.
might as well just hit the 3 more too.
Okay.
All right.
Double game. Double game.
Horror
So-
movie. Oh.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
Hey, this is Ronald again, calling for Sydney. Sorry, I got a little excited. I've been watching the pod, and I've been watching you. Sydney, are you there? Oh, sorry, that was my alter ego getting a little spicy there. Anyway, I just wondered if you're still single, and I hope you are, because I'm going to sing you a little ditty, and I hope you like it. Here we go. Scooby-Doo-Beep-Ba-Da-Beep-Ba-Ba-Ba-Da-Ba. Scooby-Doo-Ba. Yeah. That's just a little sample, baby. If you want to hear more, you know where to find good old Ronald. So give me a call back. Oh, wait, this isn't how that works, I guess. Well, anyway, I'll be calling you back, and maybe we can meet up sometime if you're ever in my neck of the woods. Bye.
So, Sydney, that's actually a fair question. Are you still single?
Yeah.
I am single, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Ronald has a chance.
So you're
when
saying
are you
Ronald has a
meeting up
chance?
with him?
I don't know who this
Th-
is.
I
don't know where he is.
I think these voicemails work even better if you imagine him in clown makeup.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
hey, baby, it's Ronald again. Look, I've been off my bed for a little while. I'm sorry. I just, after thinking about it, realized I might have come off a little strong. So I just don't want to apologize. I'm really a nice guy once you get to know me and you pet me a little bit. You know, it's, I love lots of things, you know. I like staring out windows and going outside and feeling the breeze between my knees and whatever, you know, people like. I like stuff like that.
Sounds normal.
Did I mention that I have a fascination with Sasquatch? I've been looking for him in the woods down yonder, and I can't seem to find him. But one day I will, and when I do, well, I hope that you'll accept a ring on that finger from little old Ronald here. But anyway, we can talk about that later. Hey! Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta go feed my little chitlin. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Sydney actively putting on more layers as a defense mechanism.
It's cold. It's cold.
So if he finds Sasquatch, would you accept a ring on that little finger?
I literally have no
question.
idea what the fuck he's talking about. Like, literally, what is this? Like, he came out of nowhere. He's never called before, and now he's just like, I really hope it's a joke. I really hope it's a joke.
Sydney, he likes to look out
Hey,
windows.
baby, this is Ronald again, Sydney. Look, I promise this will be the last time I'm calling, at least tonight. Anyway, I heard that little Buffalo Bill guy was talking about trying to get into the dating pool with you, and I just wanted to tell him that he can fuck right on off because I'm taking first place, baby, and I'm gonna rev your engine whether you like. Well, I don't want to. That sounds like a threat. I'm not. You know what? I'm just gonna shut up now. Anyway, Buffalo Bill, you can suck my dick, mate. Peace out.
Okay,
I love that he catches himself. I'm gonna rev your engines whether you like it or not. No, I mean, just if you're into it. I'm not a psychotic person that's going to rape you.
So let's just say one thing. Stop doing this. Like, stop calling and doing this. It is gross and weird, and I don't like it. Like, it's like when Buffalo Bill does it, he's really not creepy. Like, it's fine. I'm fine with that. But if you're gonna call and you're gonna act like this, this is no. You can call, you can profess your love to me. I don't give a fuck. But if you act like that, I am like, that is disgusting. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I really hope this is a joke. I really desperately hope it's a joke. It's really gross and weird, and I don't like it.
Well,
Sydney,
he said that was his last one, so I don't think you have to worry about it.
Sydney, I'd like to know, are you really uncomfortable?
It's just weird. Like, it's just really strange. Like, you know,
Do I need
like,
a white knight for you again?
You know I love when you do that, but it's fine. I mean, what's gonna happen?
Okay.
Like, it's okay.
It is
okay.
weird. He's
Now
a
I
little
have to-
unhinged, but I think he caught himself. He, and he's putting limits on himself. He said that's the last call, so I don't think we have to.
The
worry
last
about
call
it.
for
Hey,
that
it's
night.
Ronald. Look, I promise, this time will actually be the last time I call. Okay.
I didn't know he called again.
Actually, it wasn't the last time that night. This was 3 minutes later.
Oh my god.
I know I came off a little aggressive in that message as well, and I just don't want you to take it like that. I'm not a stalker, I promise. I promise I ain't no stalker, baby. Come on, Sydney. You know me. You know I wouldn't do you like that. Oh, well, no, I wouldn't. I promise. Listen, baby, I think I could take you out on the loveliest little date, and the loveliest little restaurant would be the location for that date, and I think you'd love it, and we get some good food. And anyway,
McDonald's.
I don't want to take up more of your time, so I'll just cut it short there. But I'll see you soon. Well, that also sounds weird. Just never mind.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing that non-stalkers would say is, "I'm not a stalker."
I'll see
I
you
promise.
soon.
And then
I'll
followed
see
up
you
by "I'll
soon."
see you soon."
Yeah,
I'll see you
that's
soon.
cool.
I mean, maybe not. I mean,
Ronald?
I'm gonna assume this is a joke caller.
I'm hoping it's like
Otherwise, yes, I am.
it's like someone I know, or I don't know. Like, thanks, Max. I appreciate it. I don't know. Like, I really just like the phone number area code is from Texas. Stay there. Stay in Texas. Stay there. You're fine there.
So let's just, for the record, yeah, me and Max will defend you right now. Guys, stop it.
Guys,
Freaking
stop.
stop it. I will freaking beat your ass.
She's more than
stop.
just a girl, okay? She has a brain,
Knock
a
it off.
beautiful brain,